Hi you guys, this is Monica from Show Me Crafty, and as promised I'm going to show you how I created this rhinestone template design inside Design Space. No SCal, no Corel Draw, just Design Space and rhinestone fonts from the rhinestone world. So this is going to be a mom established design. The one that I showed you all on the other video says mom established 1990. This will be mom established 2021. So I go in, I type in the word mom. Then I go to my fonts and I'm looking for TRW Clean Stone. That's the font I'm using for the word mom. TRW Clean Stone is a free rhinestone template that you can get at therhinestoneworld.com. So it's going to turn mom into a rhinestone design now. Okay, so I'm going to move the letters a little closer to one another. Then I'm going to weld the design. Once I weld it, I'm going to go to the contours button. And I know I'm getting ahead of the video, but I'm going to go to the contours button and I'm going to hide all contours. When you hide all contours for this design, which is made up of the little holes or circles, which represent the holes for the rhinestones, it's going to leave one because something has to be visible. If it hides all the contours, then you won't see anything. So you're going to hide all contours, which will just leave one stone visible. And this is going to catch up to us in a second. So while it's doing that, I'll just tell you the steps. Type the word, change it to the rhinestone font, space, edit the letter spacing however you feel like you need to do it, and then weld the design. Once it's welded, go to contour, and you're going to hide all contours. Now that we have all contours hidden, except for that one little stone, we're going to take that stone and we want to make it big enough to accommodate an SS10 size rhinestone. That's Sam10. So we're going to change the size and make it 0.135 wide by 0.135 high. So a perfect circle, 0.135. Once we've changed the size of this stone, we're going to go back into contour. And we're going to turn the contours back on. So then when we get back in there, we're going to hit show all contours. And that's going to bring the full design back, the full word mom. But the stones will all be 0.135 by 0.135. So able to accommodate an SS10 rhinestone. So it's work. Okay, so now mom is ready to cut out, but we're going to add something else to it. We're going to add established or EST 2021. So for established, I used TRW 1001. So that's 1001, 2-inch SL Rounded RFF. That's the font I use. That one, I don't think that one's free. I've had that one for a very long time, and I don't remember if it came with the software I bought from them or if I paid for it separately, but you can also find that on the Rhinestone World's website. So we're doing the same thing with EST. We've typed it in, we've turned it into, or we've changed it to a rhinestone font, spaced it, welded it. Now we are going to hide all contours, which will leave us with the one stone. And I don't know why it's taking so long to do it. I thought I edited some of the waiting, and no, I didn't think. I don't think. I know I edited some of the wait time out in this video. Anyway, so we're down to our one stone. We're going to change it to 0.135 by 0.135. Then go back in, turn all contours on, and then we're going to move on to the year 2021. So this will be for new moms, 2021. And we're going to turn that into a rhinestone font as well. And not turn it into a rhinestone font. We're not doing that, right? The font's already, if you've uploaded it, it's already in there. So the font I used for, oh, I'm sorry, I'm ahead of myself. So what I did here, I duplicated established because I want a period after the T, and there's no punctuation in this font. So I duplicated established after I got it sized to the correct rhinestone size. And then on that duplication, I'm going to hide all contours, which will leave me with the one stone. And I'm sure I could have just done a circle and sized the circle at 1.135 by 0.135, but I wanted it to really match what I already had here because, you know, I'm crazy like that. So anyway, I used the one stone that is showing as a period. Okay. So now I'm going to move on to the 2021. The 2021 is done in a free font as well. It's TRW. I believe it's free. Don't quote me, but I believe it's free. Go to their website. It's TRW 767 numbers rhinestone. So that's what I used. So I've turned 2021 or type 2021 using that font. I'm gonna space it to where I want it. Then I'm going to weld it. And then I'm going to go to contour. And then I'm going to hide all contours. Once the one little stone shows up, I'm going to size it to 0.135 by 0.135. And then I'm going to go back to contour and show all contours. So those are the steps you take in this. You type out a word using your rhinestone font or change it to your rhinestone font. Decide which size rhinestone you want to use. In our case, size SS10, which would be a good hole size is 0.135 by 135, according to Matt at the Rhinestone World. And I've tried it and it works, so I'm happy with it. So it's good. So 0.135 by 0.135 is the size of your hole. Once you get that changed, then you go back into contour, turn all the contours back on. Voila, there's your rhinestone design almost ready to be cut out. You could cut it out just like this, but I'm going to create what we call a weed box after I've welded the entire design together. I change the color of the box so that it's easier to see. Shove it behind the design, size it out to accommodate the design, and then I center it. I center the design in that box. Then I select all of it and do a slice. And once I'm done with the slice, I get rid of the sliced result. So there'll be like a yellow layer of the rhinestone design. I get rid of that. And then I hide my originally typed design. I just hide it. I don't get rid of it. Just click that little eye to hide it. And then you're left with the rhinestone template, which is now ready to go to the cutter. So there she is. Voila, voila. Done entirely in Cricut Design Space. Tell it to make it. And when you get to the material settings, now remember I have a rhinestone setting that I've been using since my original Cricut Explore. Sometimes you can use fabric, the fabric setting, and I think that's what I'm going to do the next time I use this particular flock that I used for this project, because my setting, in some areas, it punched right through the backing page. So I select my rhinestone template setting, which if I use this block material, again, I won't. I'll use the fabric setting for that material. I'll talk to you more about that later. But my rhinestone setting is it 210 or 220? Hopefully you guys can see it. The way that I'm recording the voiceover, I cannot. But I think it's 210 or 220 pressure, and it's a double cut. And Some people have told me that they don't use a double cut, a single cut works for them. That's fine. Whatever you find that works for you, that's fine. I'm just showing you what I do. I'm comfortable doing it this way. I've not had a lot of good luck with some of these rhinestone templates when I haven't done a double cut. So I just always do a double cut because it ends up being faster for me than having to reload a whole thing and recut it or whatever. So anyway, back to my rhinestone template material selection and tell it to go. Okay, so now we've cut it out. I'm sorry, we haven't cut it out. We're loading the mat. And this rhinestone template material I got from Bling Over Bling. That's blingoverbling.com. They're located here in Houston, Texas. And they call it sticky flock over there, although it's not like the sticky flock that I normally use. Or, the original sticky flock that I was in love with. It's a little bit of a thinner material. And like I said, my setting I think was a little strong for it because it punched through. But it weeds. It weeds pretty nicely. I was a little afraid because it's kind of thin. I was a little afraid while I was weeding the template that I was going to tear it in some places or tear it in one of the areas where a rhinestone is supposed to drop in. But it held up. It didn't tear. So I like it. I still prefer the original sticky flock, and then I love Magic Flock from the Rhinestone world. But this was okay. This was okay. Not my favorite, but better than a kick in the head. Better than that experiment with the velvet paper that just did not work out for me. So I was just showing you the portion. If we were doing baby bling, we would have used the other portion, the portion with the holes. But here we're doing a rhinestone template. So I'm going to apply it to a surface. Here I just have a little, that's just a little cutting mat. I think I got it at the Dollar Tree. It's a little cutting mat. I'm using that to brush in my stones, to stick the rhinestone template to brush in the stones. I'm so excited I can't talk today, y'all. I'm glad that we're finally able to do something like this in Design Space. And we probably were able to do it all along, but I didn't see Matt's video until the other day, and I never really thought about it, even though I've had rhinestone fonts for years that I use in another program. So anyway, there it is. There it is. Let's throw some hot fix tape on her to pull her out of the template. Great. And it's all done. Here, I don't know why it skipped there, but I'm just showing you that pink or salmony color flock. That's Rocket from Nova Rhinestone, and I used that on another project recently, and I like it. I like it. It's called Rocket, Rockit, Rocket. And then the white is the Bling Over Bling material, which is thinner. Rocket is thicker. So, but they're both good. I prefer Magic Flock to them both, but they're both good. But anyway, here's our rhinestone template designed and cut in Cricut Design Space. Happy stoning, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.